So we're talking about radiance today, and I thought there were going to be a few new people here today, but that's okay. They're going to get the link to watch later, so I'll just teach as if they were here. But I wanted to sort of use today to kind of slow down a little bit and go back sort of to the beginning and why we use this Kundalini yoga and what is it. And I think, you know, in the Western yoga world, yoga has become, not intentionally, but a lot more focus on the physical body, you know, the yoga body and the yoga butt and the super flexibility and the amazing contortionist poses. And it's beautiful. It's like an art, it's like dance. But only recently has more of the meditative mind aspect come into play. And you see that in all these new apps, you know, Mindspace, Headspace, Calm app, all those things that are now finally coming out to help us with that element. And actually Kundalini yoga, we talk about it being for the nervous system. And so what do we mean by that? Like, how do you even work out the nervous system? And the nervous system is because we're trying to access the meditative mind or the neutral mind, or what we call the intuitive mind. And when we say the intuitive mind, we're referring to the fact that truly anxiety and intuition, they can't coexist in the same space, right? Really think about it. Anxiety and intuition, they can't coexist. And so this doesn't mean that you're trying to conquer anxiety so that it disappears completely. It just means that we use this yoga and we use this practice to train the nervous system so that we can shift into and we can access this intuitive mind, even when anxiety or whatever is happening around us, the storm is building, we can still shift into neutral and find that intuition, so that in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the anxiety, we can still find clarity. We can still make good decisions, right? We're still not going to fly off the handle or shrink and run away. So we can maintain that neutral space, So, and I don't need to never be anxious. And I'm not trying to say that I want to be stress-free, because stress, there's good stress and bad stress, right? There's no such thing as being stress-free. If we didn't have emotions, which are really what our stress stems from, is our emotions. And our emotions, that's like the gift of being in this human body and having our senses, because that's what the emotions are, is our senses touch and feel and hear and see, and they send messages to the brain, and we have this experience and we label it with an emotion. And so if we didn't have emotions, the world would be black and white and flat, and that's not what we want. But what we want is this intuitive mind, this neutral mind to shift into, so that we can not let our emotions dominate us, so that we can command ourselves. And so the neutral mind, it's really all about being able to discern between reality and fantasy. So reality, the real moment, that's the now moment, the present moment. If you're living in the present moment, you're in reality. If you're living in the past or you're projecting into the future, then you're living in fantasy, or you're living in an illusion. You're living based on your emotional state. But when you're in the present moment and you're making decisions and it's right now, there's nothing else, you expand and you feel big. It's an energizing state. And try to think back to yourself. Pick a moment when you were really in the moment, and you'll know you felt energized, you felt big, right? But if you are living in the past, so you're regretting, or you're, you know, overthinking or overanalyzing, or you're projecting into the future and you're wondering what's going to happen, or you're afraid of what might happen, or even if you're just like so looking forward to it that you're not seeing what's in front of you, that's a fantasy, that's illusion, and that's exhausting. That's energy draining. So if we can just be in the now, we get big. We get big. And that in Kundalini Yoga is radiance. Good? Good. Okay, so let's tune in. Today's class is going to be a bit quieter, a lot of breath work, because to find the meditative mind is to really be with the breath. So a lot of breath work. Okay, we're going to tune in and then I'll start the music. So, and even tuning in is just finding this moment. And you can find the moment by paying attention to the vibration. So if you've never chanted out loud with me, that's fine. If you can find it in yourself to chant, it doesn't even have to be loud, but just begin to chant, because you can feel the vibration. So Om Namo. So Om, I think I wrote this down, like Om, the vibration in the frontal lobe, the pituitary gland. Namo is it's the thymus, the heart center. Guru Dev is then the pineal gland up in the middle here, the center, and then the crown chakra. And then Namo again is the heart. So when we're chanting, you can really start to become aware of that vibration, and that's sound healing for yourself. That's sound healing at its finest. You don't need a crystal bowl. You don't need a gong. You have your own voice for your own sound healing. That's pretty magnificent. So pressing the palms together, pressure in the hands, gentle pressure. And then same gentle pressure of the base of your thumbs against your heart center. And feeling the sit bones on the floor and starting to rise the spine up out of that sacral second chakra area. It becomes long, and we lengthen it by bringing the belly into the spine. And that allows us to lift our heart up, give space to the diaphragm, and we tuck our chin just ever so slightly to lengthen the neck and open all the subtle channels there, going up to the higher levels of consciousness. And we bring our gaze up to the third eye, and we inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And we'll inhale and chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Deep inhale. Keeping the eyes closed. Exhale. And then come onto all fours, and we'll start our warm-up with cat-cow. Remembering to breathe in, inhaling through the nose as we look up, exhaling as we round and drop the head, chin to chest. Start slow, warming up the body. tend to use cat-cow a lot to warm up just because that's a nice way to wake up all the bodies, physical body, spiritual body, mental body, all the different bodies. Starting to move the energy, open it up. While you're here, bring consciousness to your hands on the mat. And then bringing the consciousness to the tops of your feet on the mat. Now bringing this attention to your navel. Pulling that navel in, around the spine, opening the heart as you look up. Moving the energy from the lower to higher through the heart center. And to deepen the breath. Deepen the movement. Few more seconds. And inhale, look up. Press your hands into the mat. Heart coming through the shoulders, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the face. And exhale as we round the spine, tucking the pelvis under, chin to chest, pulling that heart back up to the sky, pressing the hands into the mat, into the core of the earth. And spread your knees just a little wider apart. Rest in child's pose with your hands above your head in prayer. And sitting here, set your intention for the day. And then slowly make your way up to standing. We have a quick warm up today, so just get right into it. We're going to come into standing. We're going to do Kundalini jumping jacks. And of course, Kundalini jumping jacks are going to be a little odd, because that's what we do here, odd things. You're actually going to start with your legs apart and your arms out to your side. And just like you would think a jumping jack would go, you're going to close your legs, but your arms are going to clap over your head. So it just looks like this. So your arms never go down to your side. Okay, if jumping is too much, just step side to side. That's fine. We're going to be here for 3 minutes. We're going to get the heart rate up. We're going to get the chi moving. Connect to your breath. Find your breath. Try to breathe in and out through the nose if possible. Keep the breath calm. One minute. Keep going. Just over a minute left, guys. Warming up. This is where you start to feel the pressure. of wanting to stop. Feeling the suffering, but we move through it with grace. Just 30 seconds. Who knew jumping jacks were so intense? Ten seconds. Okay. Whew. Right here. Close your eyes. Let the breath come in and out. Try and coax your breath into a more calm, controlled state. Arms out straight and strong. Deep breath. On the inhale, allow the diaphragm to expand. Navel comes in on the exhale. Just beginning to become really aware of our navel, because we'll be using our navel so much today. Okay, so we're gonna just do a few of our warm-up windmills, but I want us to think of them in a different way. We're gonna go nice and slow, and you're gonna come down. When you're coming up now, I want you to really sort of place weight and consciousness in this foot that you're touching, and use this leg and your navel pulling up to your spine to come up. Okay? So you come down and touch your foot with your opposite hand, and then on the inhale, stop. You're actually using this leg, it's engaging, and the navel's coming into the spine to come up. So, touching. Okay, Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Engaging the leg. The leg and the navel are what pull you up. Very different when you're starting to think about these things and becoming more aware of what's happening in the body. In charge of the body. Your body will go into default, and we'll try to make things easier for you. We'll try to make you comfortable, because it doesn't want to be uncomfortable. However, that isn't always what's best for you. Sometimes being uncomfortable is what makes you stronger. So engaging this leg, engaging the navel, keeps you safe, and it makes you stronger, even though it might be a little more challenging. Just a few more here. Feeling the legs. Okay, one more on each side. And coming up, arms, legs, strong as steel. Spreading the arms to each side, opening the heart, feeling expanded. And relax. And you can come down to your mat and sit in easy pose. Okay. This Kriya that we're getting into is called the Kriya for elevation. And it's basically just says it systematically exercises the spine and aids in the circulation of prana to balance all of the chakras. So let me just pull this down a little bit. So we're going to just start with a quick practice of breath of fire. Breath of fire, you guys all know this one. If the contraindications to breath of fire, you should not do breath of fire if you are pregnant. Ladies, technically they say you shouldn't do breath of fire on maybe days 1 to 3 of your moon cycle, just because those are typically heavy days. But that's also personal. It's more of a personal preference. So let's just practice. We'll just have our fingers in Gyan Mudra, our hands over our knees. We're just going to practice for about a minute. That equal exhale, equal inhale through the nose. Pumping the belly. It fills and then it pulls in and slightly up. Now, breath of fire, keep going, just practice. Close your eyes and gaze up to the third eye. Here's a life hack for you. Anytime you are in kind of an anxious situation, maybe road rage or a long line at the grocery store, if you just place your gaze up at your third eye and pay attention to your breathing, conscious breathing, immediately calms the mind. So there's your life hack for today. Breath of fire, equal inhale, equal exhale. And take a deep breath in and just relax. So the equal inhale, equal exhale thing, it actually can be challenging to master. It takes a little while. You guys have all been doing this for a while, so I'm sure you guys are masters. So maybe this is more for the people who will watch this later, but you have to think of it as we have a positive charge and a negative charge because we are electromagnetic. Every cell of our bodies, have an electromagnetic field. So just like a battery, we have a positive and negative. And so prana is the negative charge. Life force is the positive charge. And so the equal inhale and the equal exhale ensures that they charge equally. And if one is charged more than the other, it's not balanced, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing now, breath of fire, but with the aura charge ego eradicator up here. So 4 fingers to the pads, thumb stretched out, arms strong as steel, 60 degrees, creating this funnel over your head. Sitting up nice and tall. Now this is an exercise where you need core strength. So you pull up your root lock, you pull up into the navel, and you start breath of fire here. And we're here for 2 minutes. You're on the clock. Keep going. Eyes gazing out the third eye. Find your rhythm. Check yourself. Check your shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Shoulder blades down the spine. Imagine now a golden arc from thumb to thumb, getting brighter and brighter over your head with each breath. With each bellowing breath, the arc line above you grows brighter and brighter and brighter, like an electric wire. Now inhale and bring the thumbs touch together over your head and extend the fingers up straight and strong to the sky. Arms are straight and strong, shoulders are relaxed. Gazing out the third eye. Now press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Pull up the root lock. Pull in the navel. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale, slowly sweep the arms down around you. Fill the aura. And bring your hands to your ankles and we'll do a few spinal flex. Remembering last week when we talked about how the spinal flex is really the heart coming up and then dropping back. It's not a forward back, it's more kind of lifting up. The shoulders come back so that the heart can lift through, and you use the leverage of your hands on your ankles to help that, pushing the heart up and then letting it relax. Up on the inhale, out on the exhale. Eyes closed, third eye gaze. Keep going. Keep the neck, keep the chin parallel to the ground so the neck isn't being flexed during the movement. It's all coming from the spine, from the thoracic and the lower spine. Now holding the ankles, using the leverage, pulling the shoulder blades together behind you, lifting the heart up and forward, inhaling, holding, tongue to the roof of the mouth, check your root lock, consolidating the energy in the subtle body, and exhale, bringing your hands to your shoulders, 4 fingers in front, thumb behind, opening the chest, expansion of the heart, inhaling left, exhaling right, pulling in the root lock, pulling in the navel, keeping the core strong, subtle twist, not a big twist, subtle, inhaling left, exhaling right. Shines through you forevermore. The grace within you. You can see, you can feel how different it is when you're holding in your core, when you have that core strength supporting you. The whole movement becomes different. Start to deepen the breath, deepen the twist just a little bit. And come to center. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders with the thumb and the fingers, opening the heart, pulling the elbows back slightly, relaxing the face. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale. So you're going to be sitting with your legs out in front of you. If you need to raise yourself up, you can have a cushion or a blanket. Both legs straight out in front. So you're going to do your best. If you have something to use to hold your toes, if you can't reach, that's good. You can always just reach for your shins. That's fine too. You're going to reach down for your toes, preferably index and middle finger around the big toe, if that's possible. If not, it's fine. Just do your best. Okay, so you're gonna inhale, sitting up tall, holding the toes, inhaling, stretching the spine. Now with the heart lifted and moving from the navel, you're gonna inhale Sat, exhale Nam. So it's just this movement. Sat, Nam. Up, folding down from the navel. Keeping the heart lifted the entire time. So it's not a huge forward bend. It's very subtle, unless you're super hyper flexible. But I want you to pay attention to your legs. So your legs here are what help you raise up. So by engaging the legs and the strength of the legs and the legs on the earth, it helps you allow the navel to pull yourself up, just like when we were doing windmills. That feels a little different than maybe what you were doing before. Subtle differences. Keep going. Keep going. And inhale when you come to the top. Hold it here. Legs are strong. Heart is lifted. Spine is lengthened. And exhale, forward bend. Allow the forehead to drop. Deep breath here. And inhale, come up. So for this next one, technically, you would want to come and sit sort of on the heel of your right leg. So you would bend the right leg, kind of sit on the heel so that the heel was sort of in the perineum kind of area. If that's not possible, because people's feet can't really do that in this day and age, you can just put your sole of your foot to the inside of your groin. Okay, that's fine too. Heel trying to be as close up in there as you can get it. Okay, so engaging that root second chakra with the foot here. So if you can be up on the heel, same thing, you're gonna reach down, lengthen the spine, bending from the navel. You're gonna reach down and grab that foot or the shin or the floor, wherever you can reach. Inhaling, lifting up, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, keeping the heart lifted, fold over the leg. And right here, breath of fire. Engage that straight leg, keep it strong, strong, strong. Equal inhale, equal exhale. Now rise up, using the leg to help your navel pull you up. Still holding the toes, keeping the breath in, letting the energy circulate up through the spine. And exhale, switch sides. And when you're ready, lengthening the spine, hinging from the hips and the navel, keeping the heart lifted, reaching for the foot as close as you can get there. Another inhale as we lengthen, lifting the heart, pulling up through the crown. And then slowly exhale, folding over consciously, keeping the legs strong, breath of fire. Now in this pose, you have your gaze at the third eye, and you have your heel in your perineum. So here we connect our creativity and our intuition. And we use our breath to open the energy channels, to send the pranic force upwards. And the connection becomes clear. Strong leg, third eye gaze, equal inhale, equal exhale. And inhale, raise up, lengthening, and exhale, relax. We're going to come to sitting in a V. And we're going to alternate inhaling at center, exhaling over each leg. Again, we fold over the leg, trying to keep our heart lifted. So I'm not putting my forehead down. It's just to keep the heart lifted forward, bend over the leg. Now when I come up, I use this leg strong on the earth, navel comes in and lifts me up. And then I exhale over the other leg. And I inhale and I engage this leg, engage the navel to lift me up. So take it slow and really get that movement of engaging the leg and the navel. Use your mantra. Nam. Inhale up, exhale over. Engage. So a few more. Engaging the leg, pulling in the navel. Strong legs. Strong breath. Relaxed face. Third eye gaze. Coming to center, lifting up tall. And exhale, you can either just reach out in front of you or you can grab the toes. And we're going to do the same thing, just coming to center. So inhaling as we're lengthening and heart is lifted, exhaling and just folding over slightly with the heart still lifted. Inhale, exhale. Legs need to be very strong and engaged the entire time, so that we can help the navel pull us upward. That subtle movement. Doesn't have to be perfect. When we go looking for perfection, imperfection chases us down, tackles us from behind. Just a few more. So the breath, the strength of the legs, and the navel all work together to pull you up. And exhale. Last one up. And now just allow yourself to fall forward. Rest the forehead on the ground if it gets there, or just relax, let it drop, let the head drop towards the earth. Keeping the legs strong. Pull in your root lock here. Press the tip of your tongue to your roof of your mouth. Keeping the face relaxed. Third eye gaze. And come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. This is all conscious movement. Coming onto your belly. So, quick cobra pose. Reminding, you're going to start with your forehead on the mat. Hands will be under your shoulders, near your breast. The key here is to have your elbows as close to the body as possible. Now, we talked about last week, engaging the root lock and keeping the legs really strong when you're in cobra. And that's going to help keep your back safe. So we're going to just inhale up to whatever cobra pose is good for you. If it's Sphinx pose, where you're resting on your elbows, that's fine. Just get there. And right here, breath of fire, gazing out the third eye, keeping the face relaxed, root lock pulled in, elbows tight. We're not here for long, but think about opening the heart. Legs are strong, root lock in. And inhale, hold cobra, tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth, relax your face, gazing out the third eye. And exhale, come through table and just push back into child's pose. Arms stretched out overhead and just release. Any tension, tightness. And when you're ready, just come into, I believe, easy pose. Yep. And once you get here, just start shrugging the shoulders up on the inhale and then letting them drop on the exhale. Sat Nam. Cobra pose, bringing the heart, the energy up to that heart center. And now we start bringing it up through the fifth, our communication center. Into the throat. Now hold the shoulders up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze the tension out. And relax. And just sitting relaxed with the eyes closed. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just begin to roll the head. Very gentle neck rolls. Just in one direction, doesn't matter. The energy channels to the higher consciousness levels are small. And so we use very subtle movements to pull the energy up. Too much, too fast isn't going to be helpful. And other direction, take your time. taking your time. Okay, so we're going to just do a 3-minute Sat Kriya to end this Kriya. So if you can come sitting on your knees, you can also do it in easy pose if sitting on your knees is too hard. I sit on my knees, but I usually have part of my mat folded over or a blanket between my heels and my butt. That seems to help me. Some of you have done Sat Kriya with me before. Sat Kriya, I think, you know, if you were to rank all of the Kundalini Yoga meditations and Kriyas, I think Sat Kriya would definitely be like top 5 hit list. It's a doozy. It's a good one. If you are interested in having a daily practice, Sat Kriya, Kalia's walking in from outside. Sat Kriya is a good one to do on the daily, even if it's just for 2 minutes. So sitting in rock pose, sitting the butt on the heels, you're gonna bring your arms up overhead and they're gonna come together, fingers clasped over each other, but with the index fingers pointing straight up. Okay, we're all ladies here. So our left thumb will go over our right, and Mark, your right thumb will go over your left. Okay, raising our arms up overhead with the arms close to the ears. Now we're going to use the mantra Sat Nam, and we'll have the music to help us with the rhythm. On the Sat, you're going to pull in the belly. So it's like that breath of fire where you're pulling in and up. That's Sat, and then Nam, you release. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. This isn't breath of fire. Okay, so the mantra here is what's regulating the breath. So this time you're focusing on the mantra, Sat Nam, not so much on the breath. If you start to worry about your breath, then you'll lose the whole movement. So just trust in the mantra, okay? So I'm gonna turn the music up a bit, and we're just gonna do it for 3 minutes, and then you'll get a nice rest before we meditate. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Third eye gaze. Relax the face. Sat Kriya moves the energy upwards through the chakra centers. Inhale, pulling up and in. Tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth, relaxing the face, relaxing the shoulder blades down the spine. And exhale, slowly come to lay on your back. We'll just do a nice relaxation. Neutralization of the life force system so that our fight or flight system can ease and our parasympathetics can flow. The mind begins to clear. We begin to expand. And we become radiant. And so slowly making your way. You can cat stretch either side. You can rock and roll on the spine. Slowly making your way back to sitting. So our meditation today is It's called the meditation for a liberated heart. So it's pretty easy. We're sitting. Your hands are just like when we do aura charge. The fingers all come into the pads of the hand, and the thumbs come together. They touch, and it's kind of like they call this swan neck mudra. It kind of reminds you of two swans, right? So you're going to hold this swan neck mudra right sort of in front of your upper lip, and you're going to gaze at it. You're just going to gaze at the two thumbs coming together. And the breathing is going to be an 8-stroke breath. So you're going to inhale 8 times. And then exhale 8 times. Okay, that's it. It's just inhaling 8 strokes, exhaling 8 strokes, gazing at the swan's neck, sitting tall, the core engaged, and go into the meditative mind and enjoy. might start to feel the pressure. Your arms might be feeling the pressure. See if you can gracefully move through that pressure point and stay with the breath. Meditative, neutral mind. Move through the pressure point. Only about a minute left. Liberated heart on this Valentine's Day, speaking about love at first sight. In this regard, first seeing is an ever-present threshold to the majesty of what is. Certainly and beautifully, this happens with other people when we, upon first truly seeing another, fall sweetly into the miracle of their presence. But this is also possible on a daily basis upon first truly seeing ourselves, our world, our sense of God, again and again. I can work across from the same person for years, and one day, because my own suffering has opened me more fully than I can remember, and because the light floods that person's face, I can for the first time truly see who they are and feel love for them. I can walk by the same willow season after season, and one day, because of the sheen of after rain and the lowness of the wind, I can truly see the willow like never before and feel love for the willow in all of us. I can, in the mirror, late at night, after seeing myself hundreds of times, see the willow and the light and the other in my tired face and know that sameness as the stuff of God. In truth, it has never been about first meeting, though this can happen, but more about first coming into view. As a breeze all spun out lets the water go clear, we finally stop talking, stop performing, stop pretending, and all tired out, we go clear, and the heart that rests in everything beats before us. And deep, deep, deep inhale. Holding the breath, holding the gaze, pulling up the root lock, pulling in the navel, tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth, relaxing the face, gazing out the third eye. And relax. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Bring your hands to prayer, thumbs to the heart center. No. Satnam. I love you guys. I love you, Mark. Have a beautiful, love-filled day.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Wendy. We love you
guys. Love you so much.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much, Wendy. Have a great week, everyone.
Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.